Shabbat Shalom. It's still Shabbat for another 5 minutes. If you'll find your seats, that would be terrific. And we're going to begin with Hine Matov. The words are in your leaflet, but it's not the version you might have grown up with. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is! How good it is! How sweet it is! How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is.
So Rabbi Weizenbaum of blessed memory, who was the rabbi of Legacy Congregation Temple Emmanuel, expressed from time to time a concern about the secular synagogue at McHale and the religious synagogue here on Country Club. And he didn't want the two to meet. So I was not a great assistant rabbi. So it's 38 North Carolina, 26 Duke. I apologize. So tonight is Kulanu b'yachad, all of us together. We are building our Jewish community together. We desire to create a vibrant Reform synagogue here in the Southwest, welcoming everyone and investing in everyone's personal Jewish journey. So we strive to be inclusive, creating sacred spaces and sacred moments that are authentic and meaningful for each and every person. Kulanu b'yachad also means that our community is in the truest sense our community, to learn together, to celebrate together, and to be present in your life even as you may walk from time to time during difficult times. Tonight, right before Havdalah, we are observing Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the first day of the month of Nisan. And this entire month has enormous potential for our spiritual and transformative joy that we hope to celebrate in our synagogue, not just this month, but in many years to come. Nisan is the month that represents the birth of the Jewish people as they rose from their enslavement to be free and to serve God in a humble and unique way. The Talmud teaches that all three of our patriarchs were born and died during the month of Nisan, and that the world was created on the first day of Nisan. Rosh Chodesh is a time of renewal, and as the moon is made new again, there is a spiritual energy that begins to transform our lives today. The cycle of the months begins with Rosh Chodesh Nisan Every Rosh Chodesh contains the power of renewal as manifest in the renewal of the moon. Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the crown of all of the new months in the Jewish New Year, contains an extra special power of renewal. This is manifest in the renewal of the entire natural world at this time. Refreshed by the rains of winter, the plants and animals all begin a new cycle of growth. What a wonderful metaphor for us. As we begin cleaning and preparing for Passover, may this Nisan be a month of spiritual growth and renewal for all of us as never before. As we offer our blessings for our young synagogue, may the blessings we receive tonight fill our hearts with gratitude and our mouths with songs of joy.
Well, as Kendra Cohen said, we're 5 minutes from the end of Shabbat. Excuse me.
Before you do your remarks, let's invite up Ella and Lila Winter, and they don't know this yet, but Amanda and Julia Biava to help Rabbi Lockheim do Havdalah.
Perf. So we're going to read through an explanation of the brachot for Havdalah, and then we'll sing through it. At the end of Shabbat, when 3 stars appear, it's time for Havdalah, meaning separation or distinction. Havdalah marks this moment of transition with song, blessings, and light. So if you will hold up the Havdalah candle so people can see it, hold it up now.
Amanda, hold
Amanda,
it
can
nice
you hold
and
it up?
tall.
Hold it up. They
Oh,
say you
Julia,
should-
hold it up. There you
Julia,
go.
thank you, Julia. They say you should hold that Havdalah candle as high as you want your bridegroom to be tall. This flame is the first light of the week. It's a signal that the time of rest is over and the time
You
of
can put it
work and
down.
creation begins. You can put it down now. The braided candle signifies that we return to our work week bound together, sharing the mission of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. Wine can hold up the Kiddush cup, whoever's holding the Kiddush cup. Wine is a symbol of our joy. We hold up the Kiddush cup, hoping to bring the joy of Shabbat into the week to come.
Okay, you can put it down now. No, I just don't want our arms to get tired till we start.
Yes.
Our rabbis teach that on Shabbat, we receive an extra soul. As Shabbat departs, we relinquish that additional soul, and the spices revive us with fragrant scents that remind us of the sweetness and holiness of Shabbat. The other thing about scent and the sense of smell is that it helps us remember things. I still remember the smell of my grandmother's kitchen, and it brings back memories. So may the sweetness of the spices remind us forevermore of the sweetness of this evening. The candle once more. The Midrash tells us that Adam and Eve first discovered, benefited from, and thank God for fire upon the close of the first Shabbat. As the candle is held high, we put our hands up to the candlelight, seeing the light reflected in our fingernails or onto our palms. The reflected flame and shadows on our hands illustrate the distinction between light and darkness.
Finally, we sing the blessing of separation, saying, "Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who distinguishes between the sacred and the mundane, between light and darkness, between Israel and the other people of the world, between the 7th day and the 6 days of the week. Blessed are you who distinguishes between the sacred and the mundane."
After the wine has been sipped at the end and the candle extinguished, we sing Eliyahu Hanavi, expressing the hope that the Messianic era will begin soon, as announced by the prophet Elijah. We conclude by singing Shavua Tov, wishing everyone a good week. And my pet peeve is when people go, Shavua Tov, and don't wish the people that they care about a good week. So turn to somebody and go, Shavua Tov. Turn to somebody else and say, Shavua Tov. So when we get to that part, look at people and sing with them. Here we go. Let's raise that up a little bit.
Okay.
Lie, 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 ya lie, 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei pri hagafen. Borei pri hagafen. Borei pri hagafen. Lai 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 lai. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei minei v'samim. Borei minei v'samim. Borei minei v'samim. Lai lai la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei meorei ha'esh. Borei meorei ha'esh. Borei meorei ha'esh. Lai 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 lai. La 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol ben or lechoshen ben yom hashvi'i lesheshet yemei hamaseh. Baruch atah Adonai Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimera ve'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. Thank you, ladies, for your help.
Soon we will enarch our Torah. Upon enarching the Torah scroll, the following verse is intoned. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem. Restore us, Adonai, to you, and we will be restored. Renew our days as of old. This verse is the penultimate verse from, of all places, the book of Lamentations. However, this verse is appended as the very last word of the book. Were this verse not repeated, in keeping with its mood, the book of Lamentations would conclude with a real downer, namely, Ki im ma'as ma'astanu kafatzta aleinu ad ma'od. Otherwise, O God, you will have rejected us, will have raged against us in the extreme. Yes, please, Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, renew our days as of old. What are those days of old to be renewed? Baruch Halevi Epstein, neither a rabbi nor a community leader in his Lithuania, who wrote one of the most popular Torah commentaries just prior to World War I, namely Torah Tamima, Baruch Halevi Epstein proposes 3 eras of renew our days as of old. The first, the days of the Garden of Eden, prior to sin. Second, the days of Solomon, when Israel and Judah were a united kingdom and peace pervaded the landscape. And 3, the days sacrifices were offered out of gratitude, not out of guilt, and there nary a whiff of idolatry. Yet paradoxically, the root of the Hebrew word kedem, kekedem, as of old, means both prior to and forward from. The implications of this paradox are captured by J.R.R. Tolkien. How do you move on? You move on when your heart finally understands that there is no turning back. Our ceremony this evening, as you are aware, includes the dedication of a Torah scroll from the Westminster Memorial Trust in London. This scroll, formerly in the custody of Congregation Or Chadash, belongs to neither legacy congregation, but it is now officially entrusted to us, to Kol Ami. According to the Midrash, our ancestors received the Torah in a desert wilderness so that no one could claim ownership of it. Its teachings belong to all. Our Czech Torah represents our people's most ancient wisdom and values, our connection to Jewish history, and with its beautiful new mantle that you will see, our vision for a bright and compelling Jewish future. I will ask you in a second to please rise as we welcome the Czech Torah, and I will also ask you, out of respect for our COVID protocols, not to approach the aisles or the Torah as it is carried forward. Our president, the first president of Kol Ami, Seth Reskin, and escorted by members of Renee Mitzvah class, will now enter with our Torah scroll.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udvar Adonai mirushalayim. 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 Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udvar
be seated. I invite Marcia Lochheim.
When the new Kol Ami Transition Ritual Task Force was asked to create a ceremony to celebrate the union of our two legacy congregations, the members all agreed that a union, any union, meets guidelines. After much examination of the purpose of a ketubah, a marriage contract, the task force decided that in order for our joining together to become sanctified as a new entity, Kol Ami, a ketubah, was warranted. Of course, a marriage ketubah pledges one individual to another, while a sacred union of established congregations would require a broader sense of what is expected of such a union. And while it is manifested in the basic form of a ketubah, it is our hope that this unique creation, our Kol Ami dedication document, may serve as a ceremonial and ritual commemoration that captures in its brevity and beauty the process by which this shidduch, this union, has come into being. After this evening's ceremony, this dedication document will be framed and on display wherever Kol Ami gathers to worship. As our Holocaust Memorial Torah was brought into the sanctuary under a chuppah to join the scrolls of our legacy congregations in the Ark, it is our prayer and desire that this ceremony will enter the hearts of our congregants in joy, the legacy for which Kol Ami has been created. We invite the founding clergy of Kol Ami, Rabbi Thomas Lochheim, Rabbi Scott Salson, Cantor Janice Cohen, and cantorial soloist Marjorie Hochberg, along with Elaine Jones and Seth Ruskin, the last presidents of Congregation Or Chadash and Temple Emmanuel, to solemnize this document with their signatures.
We now invite Norma Cohen and Emily Joseph, who will be sharing the next part of our ceremony.
This precious Czech Torah scroll, MST number 1408, even has a number, is part of a group of 1,564 scrolls, which the Nazis appropriated from synagogues and Jewish schools in Czechoslovakia during World War II. The scrolls that survived the Shoah were collected in Prague, saved from further deterioration under the communist government of Prague, and offered for sale. Thanks to the generosity of philanthropist Ralph Yablon, they were inspected for authenticity, purchased, and then they went to and then donated to Westminster Synagogue in London, where the Memorial Scrolls Trust was set up as an independent charity to care for the scrolls, retaining close links with the synagogue. These scrolls are never sold or donated. They are on permanent loan to approved caregivers all over the Jewish world and must be returned to the trust if for some reason an approved community dissolves. Our scroll arrived at Or Hadash in 2009 and was dedicated at a special ceremony the following year. Many of the scrolls have been connected to specific towns, but the Memorial Scrolls Trust in London has no information about the provenance of MST 1408. However, the trust gave us permission to examine their list of towns in Czechoslovakia not yet connected to a scroll, where it is known that Jews lived and maintained a synagogue. This would be within Bohemia or Moravia, the geographical origins of the 1,564 scrolls. After some research, we decided to attach our scroll to the city of Cheb. Research revealed that there were a series of Jewish communities in Cheb, probably beginning as early as the 1200s. The earliest reference to Jews assembling for worship at a structure that we know about, that was around for a while, seems to be in the 1860s, when the community was able to purchase land and construct a substantial synagogue, of which we have many pictures. Actually, that synagogue survived until World War II. By then, about 1939, most Jews had fled Cheb. Through a friend who has worked with the trust for many years, we've been able to make contact with an archivist in Brussels who used to live in Cheb and who has written a book in Czech, a little harder to translate, whose translation has so far provided excellent information on the Jewish history of the town. We will continue to connect with her to learn more from the translated text about the Jewish presence in Cheb. The formal transfer of the Czech Torah scroll from Or Hadash to Kol Ami, to the care of Kol Ami, as well as the designation of Cheb as its original home, has been approved by the trust and awaits only the completion of transatlantic paperwork.
In honor of this special occasion, the sanctification of our new community here as Kol Ami, a new mantle was commissioned for the scroll. This mantle was designed and created by Marjorie Langer, who is here tonight. And she helped us develop this design, which, well, it's hard to see. There are Hebrew words in that design. The center in the rainbow says Kol Ami, and it's surrounded on all four sides by tikva, hope, tzedek, justice, and simcha, joy, all words from our mission statement, as well as zecher, remember, which, along with the golden flame in the center of the design, attests to the scroll's history as a Holocaust survivor. Now, Rabbi Salson will lead us in the dedication of this scroll to our community.
If you would kindly refer to your leaflets. Where we read together in the name of Kol Ami. We accept this Sefer Torah as a sacred possession of our synagogue in fulfillment of our obligation to the Jewish people. Baruch Shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedusha. Blessed is God who in holiness gave the Torah to the people Israel.
Elu devarim shein lehem shiur ha'peah ve'habikurim ve'harayot ugmilet chasadim ve'talmud Torah. Elu dvarim shein lehem shiur ha'peah ve'habikurim ve'harayot ugmilet chasadim ve'talmud Torah. והקרן קיימת לעולם הבא. עיבוד אף האל ואהבת שלום בין אדם לחבריו מרוב חסדים ובמילות חסדים ותלמוד תורה. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור בפיהם והביקורים מהרעיון וגמילות חסדים וגמילות חסדים ותלמוד תורה. ותלמוד תורה. ותלמוד תורה. Join us in singing Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. You bring us here. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. You keep us here. Shehecheyanu, you keep us alive. V'kiyanu, sustaining our lives. V'higianu, lazman hazeh. Helping us reach this day. Shehecheyanu, you keep us alive. V'kiyanu, sustaining our lives. V'higianu, lazman hazeh.
I now would like to invite Dr. Sheldon Clare and Susan Winkle to stand by the Ark as we are going to place this Torah in the Ark for the first time next to two of our legacy scrolls. So we ask our congregation to please rise.
Sorry, it's not scripted for you. And the ark remains open for Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yitzah Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and may God keep you. Ya'ed Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May the light of the Holy One shine on you. Yisod Adonai panav elecha
Please be seated. Before the conclusion, I just want to offer my appreciation to so many who made this possible. The last of which is the gelato truck that's outside. So when we conclude after our anthem, you are welcome to go out and enjoy refreshments, champagne. And for those who want to come back, we're going to bring the Torah down to the bottom here. We're not going to take it outside, Hannah. Yeah, no. So we're going to just bring the Torah down here and the ketubah down here. So if you want to come back in to take a look at these beautiful pieces. And in that regard, Marjorie, will you please stand up? This is Marjorie Langner, who designed so many things, but mantled for us. So thank you so much. I also want to thank our choir this evening who sang so beautifully. And one person who brings more joy to my heart than you can imagine, Chris Tackert, who, wait, you don't know why. Wait, you got it, wait. So the reason Chris brings me so much joy is he has a heavy foot on that pedal that makes the last note stay with us so long to bring my heart so much joy. So Chris, thank you for your skills at the piano and your foot on the pedal. I also want to thank our Transition Rituals Task Force that includes Sheldon Clare, Norma Cohen, cantorial soloist Marjorie Hochberg, Emily Joseph, Betsy Sandlin, and Susan Winkler. And here, you could just,
In
yeah.
honor of equal recognition, I forgot to put in the rabbi's prompts, the ketubah art was done by a woman named Adriana Sapi. She's in Florida, but she's joining us tonight via Zoom.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Oh, where is Sydney? Where's our communications director? Wait, someone's pointing. Wait, you're pointing. Oh,
She's
Sydney.
hiding.
Thank you so much, JJ and Marshall. Thank you, Sydney, for. So Sydney's amazing because she oftentimes comes up to me and says, "I have one question," and I know it's to help me get organized. So I really appreciate all the good work you do for our community and also everything you did for us this evening as well. So we are going to continue now, I believe, with the choir and the anthem, which is on your leaflets.
And we're going to keep singing it until you sing it with us. So learn it fast. Yad b'yad echad im hasheni, Judaism joyfully, we are Kol Ami, Lasot Kehilat Dosha, to create a sacred home. Yad b'yad echad echad, we are Kol Ami. Imen kemach ein Torah, Imen Torah ein kemach, Imen kemach ein Torah, Imen Torah ein kemach. It can be you. It can be me, together we're Kol Ami, learning, praying, sharing hand in hand. It can be you, it can be me, together we're Kol Ami, learning, praying, sharing hand in hand. All right, now stand up and sing it. Yad b'yad echad im hasheni. Judaism joyfully, we are Kol Ami, Lasot Kehilat Kosha, to create a sacred home. Yad b'yad, echad echad, we are Kol Ami. It can be you, it can be me, together we're Kol Ami. Learning, praying, sharing hand in hand. It can be you, it can be me, together we're Kol Ami. Learning, praying, sharing hand in hand. Mazel tov. Now gelato.
Yes.